Mexican podcaster talking about African booty scratchers going crazy on the black community.
I feel like Lucky from Hoodstocks should have a formal apology towards the black community for those comments.
Pocho, you're lame, dog. Quit saying my name, dog. You thirsty getting clout. You get no views on your podcast anyways, dog. Stop capping, my boy. Yeah, you reached out. You talk good about me. I never did an interview with you, my boy. You wanted to go on live. I never did, because why? I know what it is. You're making a narrative that's never going to happen. Dog, there's too much bloodshed, too much bullshit going on. Prison is prison. The streets is the streets.
Hey, what it do, what it is, what it was. This is your boy, Pocho of the Chicano Podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Lucky from Hoodstocks. Podcast is going viral using the phrase African booty scratcher. Woo! Lucky took it back, my boy. He took it right back to, man, first grade, second grade, third grade. Hating on your first best friend that's a black guy. That's what
Somebody said, African that, you know. What do you say? You ain't from Africa. You an African, you know. And that's where it comes from. So
that's what we're talking about today. Probably they say the top underground, you know, LA podcast, I would say, especially for Chicanos. And the host is Lucky. Lucky inspired me to podcast. He probably doesn't even know it, but one thing about this guy I like is that he's very honest and very transparent with himself. Adam22 later on hates on him.
We got a Mexican podcaster talking about African booty scratchers going crazy on the black community. I guess we're going to find out. Is the Raza going to stick together and hold each other down? Or is the Raza going to actually stand on business and say like, hey man, racism ain't cool? We're going to find out. My advice, you got to stand on business. Because you can't just be letting a knucklehead, knuckle dragger like this come through and make the whole damn community look bad, make the whole Sioux look bad. Come on now. Mexicans, I'm looking at you. Do what's right.
And he even says, hey, at least the dude's being honest. Basically, the whole internet is getting buck wild because Lucky, you know, us Chicanos in our own little Raza podcast, as Adam likes to say, in our little world that doesn't barely even crack 20K. Actually, Hoodstocks passes 20K many times. But anyway, if we're not such a threat or a big deal, why y'all worried about us? So basically, this is what happens. Lucky's on the podcast with La Loca. Salute to her from 4th Street, Boyle Heights. And they're talking about the Blueface Jenny thing. And they're not even hating. La Loca's saying, hey, let her get hers. Blueface is hot. She's doing her thing. This is her image anyway. Hey, it's cool. It's not what I would do. Or I might go kick it with them, but it's not me. But you know what I mean? That's her. Don't hate. Remember, La Loca is the one that stood up for Jenny against Lady Pinks when they were hating on her for listening to SPM, and when she got jumped, she said she would take the fade. That's La Loca. She's been on American Cholo, a bunch of other things. Anyway, and the conversation keeps going, and all he says is, would you know, basically, you know, you like the other side, and she thinks, I think he's talking about norteños or like other things, and she's like, no, like black people. Oh no, she thought he was talking about girls, and he's like, nah, like the black side, you know. And she just says, nah, you know, like penal code 13, basically saying she only dates Southsiders. But I think she'd get some love from a buster. 114%. But she just says that she wouldn't date black guys. And then while she's saying that, Lucky says,
African American booty scratcher.
He just said African booty scratcher.
And Lucky from Hoodstocks responded saying to get off his nuts, anybody can get it over there.
You know, would you ever date an African booty scratcher American or something like that? And it's just like, it didn't. Even when I heard it, I was like, oof, Lucky, man. Every once in a while, you just be saying too much, though. I'm going to say right off the bat, he should probably apologize. If you look at some of his posts, he's standing on business, and I do give him props. Podcasting is about live conversations, and in live conversations, real things happen, and he even posts as like a...
What's up? Your silverware is, oh, my bad. I didn't even need to ask you. It's a tortilla, huh?
a video of one of his black guests talking about that we Mexicans use tortillas as a silverware. You know what I mean? And it's called banter, bro. I don't know if you ever heard of it, bro. It's called chopping up banter. You're just bantering. You're just messing around, you know? And that's what Lucky was doing. But the reality is he was doing it in a group of all brown people and no black people. It's kind of like saying the word nigga when black people are not around. You know, you say like a bunch of Mexicans be like nigga this and nigga that, but then when black people get there, they don't say it. See, in the Bay, we grew up with black people. They're the ones that said it to us first, and we started saying it back. It's a little different. Or Chicanos like in South Central. So anyway, so they go on. So he says it, and I'm not saying it's good, and he'd probably be better if he apologized or just said, hey, you guys were just chopping up, my bad, I apologize. He could just do it quick and keep it pushing, but he basically is standing on business and saying, this is what podcasting is about, speaking the facts. And the facts are that he would be a little disappointed if La Loca would date a black guy, and I think that's hilarious, bro. Why I don't understand why we care about race so much, especially no disrespect, Lucky, but you're like half Jewish, you don't know Spanish, so like why are you so connected to the culture if you're not connected to the culture? If you're worried about, La Loca. I never worried about if Latinas would, bring home a black guy again in the Bay Area. We don't care about that. I had a cousin, Erica, brought home a black guy. They got 2-3 kids. Two kids. Life is good. No drama. Dude's great. We didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? It's just something that we don't think about over here. We're more evolved out here in the Bay, man. Be honest with you. But anyway, so it keeps going, and then Blue Devil gets into it and says that Blue Devil that what's his name should apologize. Now that I think about it, dog, I don't think he should apologize. It's just a conversation, and then
I feel like Lucky from Hoodstocks should have a formal apology towards the black community for those comments.
All the black podcasts got real, and then No Jumper, No Jumper, who divides everybody, is over here really saying like, oh man, all the Raza podcasts are truly showing their racism now with the Blue Devil thing, and saying that like Lucky is like the head of the Raza, podcasts that truly are racist and are trying to express it a little bit through the Jenny Blueface situation. But I don't think so. I seriously think that he was just having fun. I don't even think he was looking for like what they call a clip farming or whatever. I don't even think he was clip farming, bro. I think he was in the moment, having a good time, maybe having drinks, maybe having smokes, maybe just chilling. Who knows? And he thought it would be funny. It's one of those jokes when you think it's gonna land and it doesn't. Like, Sorry, I have sound effects here, but I don't use them because I just think they're kind of corny. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that if Lucky's racist? Do you think La Loca's bad for just wanting to date Southsiders? I also think that she has the right to date whoever she wants, and she can be honest on a podcast. The whole point of podcast is transparency and honesty in the moment. That's what it's about. And remember, I have to say this, that Blue Devil and other people were trying to say that Lucky's a journalist, bro. Lucky's not a journalist, bro. He's a podcaster. I'm not a journalist. I'm a podcaster. That means we're out here with our opinion, our vibe, our feeling, our personality. It's all encompasses the podcaster, but we're not like...
You said drive-by.
Drive-by.
Was it gang related?
I heard it was. Norteño gangs, I think. Yeah.
Up there, they're Norteños, you know what I mean? I don't know the politics of the streets out there.
Lucky, seeing what you said in your podcast. You said, hey, don't the Norteños have rules against this? Yes. Without saying too much, without saying too little, look.
Basing everything on facts. Another thing, La Loca thought that the Stockton massacre was with Norteños. That was wild, La Loca. But you can't get mad at her. She's just chopping it up, live. That's part of the whole podcast thing. People can get mad at you for not speaking the perfect facts and this and that. I'm not mad at any of them, but the fact is that it's like if you just looked at it a little bit, La Loca and Lucky, I do think you should try to be, like Blue Devil was saying, a little bit more responsible with your voice since you have such a big platform, because the Stockton massacre had nothing to do with Norteños. It had mostly to do with Asians and blacks. It's like it's like saying like a Crip and Blood war happened in South Central and then it has to do with essays and it doesn't have to do with essays. It's just like, dang, dog, you're just making something out of nothing. So try to be more responsible with your guys' platform. I do think that that's important. And man, when I was in LA, a lot of Southsiders are racist. You know, I think of it also as this, is that when they're in prison, they fight with the black, now Northerners and Southerners are together, but before it used to be the blacks and the Norteños against the whites and the Southsiders. I never understood why these fools rode with whites. But anyway, I think that the same thing with how prison politics trickle into the community, so does racism. And Mexicans have low-key been racist since day one, you know, since the colonization, and slaves were on the bottom of the kind of mestizo, you know, I forgot that there's like I'll try to see if I can find the picture. There's like a caste system of Latinos or Mexicans at first, and at the bottom were blacks, you know, so we're always going to be somewhat a little bit racist. I can't say that I didn't see racism with Norteños really at all, and I saw it when I was working at Homeboy Industries. Like, even regular fools from LA will call, like, hey, fool, let's go over here. That's where the tintos kick it. And tintos like another word for, like, mayate, because people, they don't want the blacks to know what they're trying, you know, that they're talking shit about them, you know, so they use the word tintos. So it's like, I don't know, dog. I saw a lot of racism in Southern California. I was also there in the time when F-13 was going out with East Coast, and, you know, the Mexican Mafia was supposedly saying that knock down any black guy with the white shirt. And so it was a very volatile time, and I think it's calmed down a lot now, but it's still there. And I would say that I'm not trying to say all Southsiders, but a gang of Southsiders are racist, dog, or like low-key racist. And I don't know if you can really be racist when you have no power. Racism has to do with power, so Mexicans don't have no power over blacks, really. So they can't really be racist. I would say, if anything, Southsiders tend to have some prejudice. You know? Hey, they're gangsters. What do you expect? But let me know in the comments if Lucky went too far. He needs to apologize. If La Loca's like bad for wanting to only date Southsiders, I think she should, you know, throw a buster in there too. See how it really feels to get a real one in the field. But it is what it is. And No Jumper tried to get in here and say all the Raza podcasters have to stand up. He tried to use reverse psychology. Nice one, Adam. White devil, my bad. But he tried to say, oh, you guys got to stand up and like basically DP Lucky for being racist. And the reality, dog, is we don't got to do nothing, bro. Lucky is his own man, created his own platform, has the right to say whatever he wants, and he also has to deal with the blowback. And reality is, most of that blowback is always good, because all press is good press, even the drama, especially the drama on the internet. So let me know, is Lucky done? Is he just standing on business? Is he showing what his platform really is made of? I kind of like that he's not letting nothing scare him back, but at the same time, I do think he should be a little bit more responsible. So, No Jumper, stop crying, hater world. Dude doesn't need to make an apology unless he really wants to. And La Loca, come fuck with the north side every once in a while, baby. In the Bay Area, we do it better. You feel me? And Lucky, what's up, my boy? You need a real host on there. Anyway, this is your boy Pocho, the Chicano podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and support a real one in the field. You know what I mean? You guys over here supporting all these suckers, dog. And I'm keeping it 100. Going against everybody. Me against everybody. It's all good. This is your boy Pocho, and I'm out.